What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're going to be revealing the Gondek EDC Hank of the Month Club Hanks for March of 2025. Now I'm subscribed to both the standard and XL version of the subscription, so of course we'll be taking a look at both, but they are offered as two separate subscriptions, so if you have a preference in sizing, you can subscribe to either or. The standard, which we have on the left, is $10 a month plus shipping. That's going to get you a 7-inch by 7-inch USA made microfiber back tank with a unique design on the front each month that doesn't repeat and they don't sell in their store. The XL version, which we have on the right, is $20 a month plus shipping, and it's going to be the same exact deal, except of course it's going to be a little bit larger being that it's the XL. That one's 11 inches by 11 inches. Now the designs on the two often complement each other. They're never identical, so you can subscribe to both without worrying about duplication. And of course, as always, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description where you can find more information about this subscription. I also have a playlist dedicated to Gondek EDC that covers the entire history of the XL Club, as well as several years worth of the Standard Club. So if you're curious what some of those previous designs look like, definitely check that out. With that said, let's dive in for March, and we'll start with our standard as usual. So as you can see, we have a camo print on this month's Hank, and kind of a unique looking camo print at that. So it incorporates an element of that topo pattern into it as well. And camo and topo, I think, are two patterns that really appeal to similar audiences. So I've definitely seen them done together. Usually when it is though, it's the topo pattern just printed over a standard camo pattern. In this case, they actually incorporated that topo pattern into the design of the camo itself, which I think looks really cool. Has sort of the classic camo colors, at least when I think of camo, these are the colors that I think of, so it has those classic coloring, but really cool pattern as well. I think it's an interesting and unique take. Like I said, I don't think I've seen it done before, so really cool to see. Let's check out what they had to say about it in the letter, and then we'll pause when we get to the segment that talks about the XL, reveal that, and then get back into the letter. That way we don't spoil anything. And so, dear Hank of the Month Club member, how on earth did we get to the 63rd month of the Standard Club and the 23rd month of the XL Club? Let me tell you guys, and it's Lauren writing this letter, it's getting harder and harder to try and top previous designs, but I always love a good challenge. We usually tie in some sort of theme for the prints every month, and since we launched the Lucky Charm beads last month, we didn't want to hit St. Patty's Day too on the head, so we thought camo. It plays on the shades of green to hint at the month of luck, and well, who doesn't dig a stellar camo print? We had a very hard time choosing the top two prints we wanted to use this month as we uncovered the mother lode of camo designs, but it came down to what we thought you would enjoy the most and which sizing scales worked best for each club. For the standard, this was Max's favorite print of the bunch. We felt it had some serious topo vibes, which has always been one of our top selling prints, and the scale was perfect. Once we put it on a standard Hank for sizing, so it was an easy call. Topo and camo, done. And so we'll pause there because it starts talking about the XL, but we will get back to that in a moment. For the first time though, let's take a look at the XL print this month. And as you can see, we have another camo pattern, but a very different take on it. It still has the earthy tones to it, of course, but a little bit of a darker vibe to it and a lot busier of a pattern. It has elements of that digi camo, but also kind of a cracked earth, so almost scale looking design in the back as well. Very busy, like I said, but it does a really great job of breaking up the color. I think this actually would be a really effective camo in kind of a darker environment, maybe a little bit more urban-y type environment, but really good looking. I dig this one quite a bit as well. In fact, when we first got them, I gravitated towards the standard, but after a day or two, which I think I've had these for about 2 days now, after a day or two, I started to gravitate more towards the XL, so I think that I actually favor this one a little bit, but I would imagine that might change day to day because these are both really great looking designs. Obviously, great problem to have. Now, that's going to be really dependent on whether or not you like camo. But my wife isn't a huge fan of camo. She really dug the standard this month, really appreciated the look of that one. And so even if you're not as into camo, you might find some enjoyment out of one of these two designs. And so with that said, let's get into the letter. So as for the XL design, this Dissolve Bear Style Camo, I guess is the name, was my standout favorite. It does feature a much larger scale, which really gives it a wow factor in my opinion, since you can see so much more of the pattern in the XL size. It has depth, texture, and gives the eye so much to look at without being too busy. What's funny is that I'm not a big fan of camo, but this one is just so awesome. So if a non-camo fan loves it that much, we figured it was a great choice for our Hank of the Month Club members. And that's kind of what I was getting at. My wife also not a fan of camo, like the standard. Lauren not a fan of camo, like the XL. So a little bit for even people that aren't as into those patterns. So we can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support you give each month. It's the most rewarding feeling knowing we're making things you guys like so much. Don't forget, you can always reach out and have us make any of our fabric items in the current month's Hank of the Month Club print, which I would fully take advantage of this month, as we won't ever offer these two prints again. Happy hanking and happy St. Patty's Day. Thanks, Max and Lauren Gondek. And one point that they didn't mention in that last paragraph is the custom items is only available to Hank of the Month Club members. You can get custom anything for the other items, but you can only use items available from the shop. This one you have to be ordering from the same account that you're subscribed to the Hank of the Month Club members. So just wanted to point that out so no one's disappointed since they didn't mention that in the letter. And I actually agree with them. I think this is a great month to take advantage of that because these are such universal prints. You don't have to worry about like how they get cut if you want it on a particular pouch and you want a certain portion of it facing forward. These are just kind of repeating randomized patterns that are going to look great no matter how they get cut. So I'm definitely considering ordering some sort of custom item with one or both of these. Like I said, right now I'm kind of favoring the XL, but a couple days ago I was favoring the standard, so I'm not entirely sure which direction I'm going to go. Let me know which of these two is your favorite down in the comments below, or just your overall thoughts on both designs as well. Love to hear from you guys, and I know Max and Lauren like to check out the comments sometimes as well, and so they always appreciate the feedback as well. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or checking out some of my other videos. All helps the channel out a ton, and as always, I hope you have a great one. Take care.